Hey everyone, Tommy here, coming at you from Halifax, West Yorkshire with another Solani blend review. Today's blend is number 127, which is the green label, and is Virginia Black Cavendish with a sweet apple flavour, and I've loaded it into a country gent cob. Give you an idea of what the tobacco looks like. So there you go. You can see your Virginias and your Black Cavendish in there. Now the tin note, it's a very strong and sweet apple smell, as you would expect. Reminds me kind of like apple sauce, or perhaps apple pie to a certain extent, but without the pastry side of it. So yeah, here it is in my cob. So it's Virginia and Black Cavendish. I think it's more Black Cavendish forward than it is Virginia. The tobacco itself is a European style aromatic rather than a American style aromatic. You know, it's not your sort of gloopy, sticky kind of aromatic. It's a lot drier to a touch. Now you do get a faint kind of apple taste, but it's not really very strong. It's more strong in the room note than it is in the actual smoke. It's easy enough to smoke, but as with a lot of aromatics, it's very mild and it needs to be smoked relatively slowly, otherwise it will bite your tongue. Now, I'm not a huge lover of aromatics, as devotees to my channel will be able to tell you. But if I am going to smoke an aromatic, I do prefer my European ones, like Amphora or some of the McBaron ones, for example. Not always. I mean, there's some European style aromatics that I really don't like pretty much every single Peterson aromatic. Cannot abide them, really. Yeah, this one's okay. I'm suffering from the curse of the pipe going out because I'm just clearly talking too much. But you do get that sort of hint of apple on the tip of your tongue. It reminds me more like a shisha style tobacco. That's what it reminds me of. The reason that works for a shisha is because it goes through the big tall glass vase style smoking apparatus, and it has cold water in it and it cools the smoke. On the pipe it doesn't really translate quite as well, I'm afraid. But the flavour's kind of consistently there. It's not too bad. If you're a fan of aromatics, it might be worth giving it a go. If you don't like aromatics, I would say steer clear, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's kind of light and airy. It's a bit of a crowd pleaser, I think, to be honest with you. It's probably wife friendly because it smells quite pleasant. But I think the only people who will be really pleased with it is the crowd you're in. Unless, like I say, you are a big aromatic fan. But then, it's, as with all Solani blends, it's quite an expensive blend. And so I think there are better aromatics you could get for your money. Excuse me. But, it's one of those where I don't think it could ever be 100% correct to this blend, because apple is a very strange choice of flavour profile, in my opinion, because apple in itself isn't the boldest of flavours. It's like strawberry. It's quite a light kind of flavour. So without using any kind of artificial flavouring, or without a heavy use of artificial flavouring rather, you're not going to get an overwhelming taste of apple or strawberry, But inversely, that's also why cherry and vanilla seem to work so well, and alcohol flavours work so well, because they are quite powerful flavours, whereas apple in general just isn't. You eat an apple, it's not going to linger in your mouth for the rest of the day. It's quite mild, is the right word? Not mild, but it's not a bold flavour. Is an apple. It's not something that's going to stay with you. Like you look at some of like the Lakeland flavours on offer in some of the Gareth and Hogarth aromatics, for example, and that flavour and that aroma is going to stick with you for the rest of the day, perhaps the rest of the week if it's something really potent. But apple just doesn't really. I've had other apple aromatics before. For example, Harvest on Hudson by Drew Estate. I've had that. That's like an apple and cinnamon one, and that's very similar to this. A little spicier, but yeah, I do get the impression with this blend though that the tobacco Solani have used is probably not from the A grade crop, It kind of goes back to my theory that they've gotten some tobacco that's not good enough for some of the higher end blends, and then they've gone, oh, what will we do with this? I know. Let's put a flavouring on it and make an aromatic. That's how it comes across to me. But it is a consistent enough flavour, and if you like your aromatics and you're looking for an apple aromatic, then maybe give it a go. You might like it, but like I say, for the price you're paying, you can probably get a much better aromatic at a lower price. So personally, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this blend. And I certainly wouldn't recommend it to someone who's not a big fan of aromatics. I myself, when I finish this bowl, I'm probably never going to smoke it ever again. The remainder of the tin, I think, will be gifted out to an aromatic fan. So yeah, the rating I'm going to give it is 3 out of 5, because it's not terrible. It really isn't a terrible smoke. I personally don't enjoy it very much, but then I don't really enjoy aromatics very much, and it wouldn't be fair for me to mark it down on those strengths, really. But looking at it objectively, the flavour is kind of there, but it's sort of on the tip of your tongue rather than on your palate. And if you smoke it fast, it will bite you. And smoking it slowly can prove a bit of a chore. See? Nothing. So yeah. so there is that to take into account. But the packing of it and the balance of it seems pretty much in order, so I'd say there's enough grounds to give it a 3 out of 5 on the Tommy scale. But like I say, it's not something I'll be revisiting or stocking up on. So, yep, that was Solani Green Label, and it's a 3 out of a 5 for me. So, thank you for watching. I will be uploading another review very soon. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Look out for that. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, blah 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 blah. Alright, thanks for watching. Cheers.